might be some noise from out here. I hope that's all right.
That's all right. I don't care. I think I'm live. Hello, everyone. It's Pam here from Simply Pam and also Midlife Prices. There's probably no one there yet, but I wanted to... Oh, wait. Let me see. Uh-oh. Okay. I wanted to make sure I had everything going here. Let's see. What time is it? Okay. 10:59. But before I get started, I wanted to talk about a few channels, like give a few channels a shout out because they have been just really, really nice and sweet to me and always comment on my videos and watch them. Which it's not like imperative that you watch the entire video. I don't know if anyone actually does that, but I do try to watch. There's a whole lot of channels out there that I try to watch, and I know it's impossible to watch everyone's channel, but I try to give them each some time. Anyway, I would like to give a shout out to Nona Grace and to Harry from Movies Are Us by Harry Thomas. Or it's I hope I'm getting it right, Harry. I don't want to mess up, but let's see. April and Red from Off Grid Simple Living. They changed their name so much that I think it's now April and Red Off Grid Building. So I really appreciate all of you. There's also Jim from the Green Dream Project, and of course, our neighbors Bill and Yvonne from the Upside of Downsizing. Derek and Hannah are over there as well, but I mean, we really don't really see Bill and Yvonne or Derek and Hannah, but we all kind of just live in our own little bubbles. But I do wish them the best, even though I don't really see them all that much. Let me think. I know I should have had a list, but Off Grid Patriot. There's one a guy named Rick. I think it's Arizona High Desert Homestead. Then there's another channel. It's not called Arizona High Desert Homestead, but it's High Desert Homestead. That's Moses and Polly. There's also Tiny Shiny Home, which we have been to their place, and what they're doing is really cool. But all of these channels have started out like at the same time that we did, but for whatever reason, and maybe they worked a little harder, they're much bigger than ours, and that's okay. It's hard not to compare yourself to other channels when you want to succeed. And I used to have a hard time with that, but over the past, we've been here almost 4 years. In March, it'll be 4 years. But if there's anything that time has shown me, that you have to be patient and worry about yourself and not worry about what other people are doing, and everything happens for a reason and in its own good time. And I have had so many ups and downs, but I have been listening to a channel. It's called, his name is Eddie Pinero. And then there's always also a lady named Louise Hay, who I listen to. It's just like really motivational, uplifting, really good, what do you call it? Advice. And one of the things is when you feel negative, to try to think about all the positives. And there's been times where I've been so down that nothing will bring me out of it. I'm just like, you know what? I want to be mad. So just let me be mad for a while. I'm getting a scam call right now. It says scam likely. Oh, hi, Taylor and Melissa. Okay, when I get scam likely calls, I don't answer them. So I'm not going to answer that. But I do have a few notes on my phone. Oh, my son Tim just told me he might pop in. He's filling out some papers. He just got a new job, which I want to wish him the best of luck. I love you. I love you, Taylor, too, if you ever watch this. Taylor Benford. Hello, Omega Royal. So I was talking about how life is a series of peaks and valleys, or at least I think I was. A lot of times, like, I can't remember what was in my head, if I said it out loud or not. So right now I feel happier than I have ever been. And I have less than I've ever had, which it's ironic because we've always been kind of minimalist people. We don't require a whole lot. I have never been one to really collect a lot of stuff. If I do, I tend to go through it and then get rid of it eventually. But I'm gonna just like read some of these notes that I took from. This is the channel Eddie P. Stop worrying about how you are perceived and what people think about you. What other people, oh, whatever. Stop worrying about things that may or may not happen. Always go into the worst possible scenario. And I have really been guilty of this because I tend to worry about everything and say, oh my gosh, what if this, what if that? But what if you don't do anything? What if tomorrow never comes? Taylor and Melissa, we've been talking about this. So I have a sign up here. It says free beer tomorrow, and tomorrow may never come. But even, oh crap, what have I done? Okay. You're going to live through it and you're going to overcome it. But who knows? Maybe you might not live through it. Let's hope you live through it. But one of the things that this is one I'm really guilty of is stop playing the victim. I did that for a long, long time, blaming others for my depression and my anxieties. And I did have, yes, I had bad things that happened to me, but that it was in the past. And you can't just go around blaming others all the time for everything, every single thing that happens to you. I still have bad days where I struggle, but I take that time to try to turn it around and be grateful for everything that I have, even if it's only a sunrise or a sunset, because you only have so many tomorrows. For so long, I held on to resentment and sometimes I wanted revenge. There's people that in my past that really, really hurt me. And it's hard to forgive that. It's hard to forgive those people sometimes because what they did was so bad. And maybe I wanted some revenge on these people. And some of them, they did belong in jail and they went to jail. But I was listening to the video that I was talking about the other day, and it was about revenge. And it said, what if you get bit by a snake? What are you going to do? Are you going to chase down the snake and kill it? Some people probably would. But the first thing you should do is to get help because you don't want to die. Anyway, that's the extent of my notes. Now what? Now what am I going to do? Melissa said that Brian and I should do a Christmas duet, but Brian is outside working very hard on they're called pony walls, and he's gotten one done, and I think that he'll be able to get the other two done by the end of the day. And then hopefully, I think that he's going to have just a couple of people that don't work the regular 9 to 5 job during the week. Maybe like Doug and Jim, and I can't remember exactly who he said, but I don't know. Don't quote me on this because I don't know for sure that he will even get it all done today. It just depends on if everything goes smoothly. Does anyone have any questions? Oh, all 2 people that are watching. Oh, another thing that I was going to talk about is how in the videos that I've been listening to, he says that you should do something every day that gets you out of your comfort zone. And I think that's what prompted me to, because I've been having a lot of ear pain and back pain. So I thought I really need to make a doctor's appointment and get a checkup. And I had normal blood pressure, so I was happy about that. I haven't taken my blood pressure in a while, but I'm on antibiotics now because I had an ear infection, or I suppose I do. I don't really know because I don't trust doctors. I'm sorry, I just don't. Every time I've ever been to a doctor, it seems like they just always say, "Oh, here's some antibiotics. Go take these." And way too many people, I think, are given antibiotics. Hey, Jim. I just mentioned you a minute ago. I was talking about how I wanted to give some shout outs to some channels, and I'm hoping I'm not forgetting anyone. I know that there are some other channels that I'm forgetting, and I really apologize. My mind goes blank. Anyway, I was talking about getting out of our comfort zone, and believe me, if you knew me when I was younger, I was so shy. Whenever we would have like an oral book report, I hated. Your ears are burning. That's funny. Um, Jim, you probably had this too, where if you had to give an oral assignment or an oral book report or something like that, where we used to have to do current events where we get up in front of the class and talk about current events. So you have to clip the newspaper article and talk about it. I hated it so much. And then also when I was in Toastmasters and I had to do speeches, I would be so nervous. Like I told Brian once, it's like your armpits are taking a pee in your shirt. And also when you have women, it's not fair that women have all these things that we're the weaker sex supposedly, and we have all of these things that we have to give childbirth, we have to have the the monthly bill that comes due every month. Luckily, I don't have that anymore, but which is really nice. So that's one good thing. See, there is a bright side to menopause. I'm Jim. I'm sure you wanted to come over here and hear all about menopause. I have one shirt. I tend to switch gears really quick, but this is Seize the Clay. I had one T-shirt made a long time ago, back when we first started, and it says midlife crisis on the back of it. Let's see. What else is going on? So the see, this is how my brain works. It does. I wish my brain worked like Brian's. But then again, Brian. See, I have like my brain is like this, and Brian's is like this. 99 Nation videos. Hello. What is what's it like getting a physical address after you buy land in Arizona? What's it like? Well, it was very exciting and it took a while because Brian, like everything else Brian does, he was very nitpicky in the process of getting all of the stuff put together, and we had to wait a while before we finally got it. But it was very exciting, and we did have a PO box. Brian's out there making noises, so I keep hearing noises. Hi, Jennifer. 99 Nation Videos. Uh I'll have to go check your channel out. I do try to watch a lot of smaller channels. Oh, Shalisa's journal. I forgot about Shalisa. She's a really fun girl, and I have been watching some of hers. And then Wani's garden, I think. There's 13 Moons, Lynette, but I think she just changed her name to let me see if I can 13 Moons Homestead. I'm sorry, I can't remember, but there are a lot of channels out here. Jill's Homestead. I haven't seen a lot of videos from Jill lately. I have to go back and check that out. But uh anyway, Brian is out there doing some work that I actually was able to help a little bit. We haven't filmed. He's gonna set up the tripod when he's doing the third one, I think, and then I am helping him move it, like actual physical labor. But I did go for a walk today. I've been trying to lift weights like every other day, but go for a walk every day. And it's really hard for me not to eat my bag of chips every day because I really love chips and salsa. I love to make salsas. I love to cook. So if some of you are wondering what I'm doing all day while Brian's working out there, it's a lot of cooking and a lot of exercising and cleaning. I need to clean in here some more because our bathroom is a disaster right now. Let me think. What else was I going to talk about? So, getting out of your comfort zone is a big one for me. Like right now, I'm sweating, but I'm cold. 99 Nation Videos says, I haven't seen any videos yet, but I'll be coming to Arizona. Maybe we'll be neighborly enough sometime in the future. Sure, we've had many people contact us through our email, which is midlifeprices@gmail.com. And we've had a few people come and just look around, ask us questions, which we're okay. If we can make time, if we're not like in a crunch, like right now we're in a crunch because we want to, as in Brian is trying to get the house, the straw bale house, to the point where it can get take the trusses. The trusses are about to be put on. But hello, David. The trusses are what holds the roof up. So even once the trusses are on, he still has to get the plywood on top of that. And once he gets the plywood and the underlayment down, then the tin roof goes on, and that's when it will be very exciting. Jennifer says, any new artwork? The answer to that is no. I keep thinking about it. I have had a lot of people ordering, and it's probably because it's around Christmas time. I sell it's called creosote or chaparral plant, and it's growing wild all over out here. And I originally got started selling that I was looking up the plant to see what it was, and I I saw that people were selling it on Etsy, and I thought, well, I already have an Etsy shop, and so I put some of the creosote on there to see if it would sell, and I actually sold it. And I think I've sold like 130. I've had 130 orders on Etsy. So David, hi David from Korea. Um, in your last video, you can really see the house take shape. Will the house be cob colored or will you paint it? So, yes, it is very exciting that it's finally taken shape. And what we're going to do is plaster, which is, we'll cob over it with earthen plaster. Hello, Tom. Oh my gosh, it's off grit. Off grit. I can't. I apologize if I don't remember your name. There's so many channels in Arizona, and I really, really apologize. But I can picture you in my mind, but you're making an earth bag. So Off Grit channel is making an earth bag house. Great on the creosote sales. Australia is here. Oh, is that Omega Royal is in Australia? Australia, sorry. I can't talk, and I am really sorry. Yes, there are so many people now that in Arizona that do this, but the reason I started this channel is since Dwayne. Okay, I can't remember if I had heard. I know I had heard you say. I thought I had heard you say it at one point, but I you can ask Brian, my husband, that sometimes I'm not good at listening. I have to work on my, or even if you tell me, I might not remember the next day because my memory ain't as good as it used to be. But I am doing Spanish every day because I heard that that would help with your memory. So I've been doing that. I keep hearing things. If I hear a vehicle, I'm always like, "What is that?" Because we don't get a whole lot of people out here. We actually did have some people that bought land down the road, and so there are a few more cars going by, which we never used to have cars because we're kind of at the end of the mountain. What all we have are mountains back here. But someone bought it and they took a tractor and there's like a bunch of like earth fissures back there and they filled them all in and they're making it work. It's pretty exciting because I would not have bought that land. I would have been scared to death. If Brian and I had seen all the earth fissures around here, we might not have bought this land. But now, we've done so much work. There's no turning back now. So that was another thing that I wanted to talk about is how if you're thinking about doing something and like Brian and I talked about going off grid. It was just like an idea, but so you have the spark of an idea and then you just have to take the first step. So the first steps we took were sitting down and writing down all of the pros and cons of living where we lived in town, and then we started a list of what would we have to do, what would it we so we started selling everything that we had and trying to just save up as much money as we could, and just as the more we talked about it, the more we started to see that maybe it was doable and taking the first steps. So when you come up with a spark of an idea and eventually you take the first step and that gets the momentum going and eventually you start a big fire and you got to hope that the fire doesn't get out of your control, or maybe, and who knows, if I've tried things out here, there's been many things that I've tried and that they've failed, just like the first pizza oven that I made out of cob. it did not work out at all. And I ended up like totally dismantling the first pizza oven I made and I built a new one. And I think that it was more of a challenge to see that if I could do it. And it actually works. I really need my goal today is to make some pizza dough. And this evening I would like for Brian and I to go out there and maybe cook a pizza in it tonight. I do like making fires in it. It's fun, but it really makes you stink like a fire. Speaking and learning languages is the best way to prevent memory loss as we age, but it is confusing as heck. I do Spanish every single day. I've been doing it every day for almost 2 years. I think there are two, I use Duolingo and they have a thing called a streak freeze. And I've only used it 2 times. Oh my gosh, I just made another sell on Etsy. There's some days when because it's only $5, so if if someone buys like one, it's like there's been days where I went to the post office and I took an order, one order, like one $5 order, and then I came back and I got another order for like $5 and I went to the post office and I came back and I got another order for 4, so it was like $20. So I am grateful for each and every order, but some days when you're getting an order for $5 and I'm driving all the way to the post office and back, um, that's why I did make it where I think that I have it set to where I have 4 days in between, so or I have 4 days to prepare it, so that way if someone else orders it, then I can combine the orders and oh, I was meaning to put like this I'm gonna put like a big 1-pound bag on there because some people I'm selling bundles, maybe some people don't want a just a big or, like each a little bundle. They want a big bag of it because I like to put it in vases or whatever and just to have it out, it makes your place smell better. Will you grow any hemp? It is good money. I have not had any luck growing anything except for cactus. And even when I tried to grow cactus, it did not, like, it didn't work out too well. It got eaten by animals. I even did a little raised bed garden where it has a cage around it, and we put like chicken wire inside of it, and they still something managed to come up underneath it. But whenever the house is done, I'll eventually have a little greenhouse area where I'll be able to grow more things. But that would be something that I might grow hemp. I have bought. I make up my own words sometimes. I make my own language at times, but hemp lotion, there was a lotion that we used to have at the gym when I worked at it was called Mountainside Health and Fitness. And it was a really good smelling lotion. And I believe that it was hemp. I wonder, um, 99 Nations, what is your name? Do you have videos? And also, where in Arizona do you live? I think I just asked you 3 questions. Um, a lot of times I notice when I'm talking, I do filler words or which I'm really trying to overcome. And that's why I wanted to do a live today to talk by myself because is another filler word. I notice that I say it occurs to me that I say it occurs to me a lot. I use that term a lot. It occurs to me. So it occurs to me that I use a lot of the same filler words over and over. And when Brian and I are doing lives on midlife crisis, I tend to let him talk more just because he is a little bit better or at speaking than I am. I haven't any videos yet, but I will eventually. My name is Chad. I haven't moved down there yet. I will. In Washington for now. Washington. Ooh, it's very rainy there. It's a little bit hazy here today, but yesterday so in the morning it's winter time and then in the afternoon it's springtime. So I put on my shorts in the afternoon usually. um there it is. I'm gonna beat myself for that's what they did when I was in Toastmasters. They buzz you. And also, it is better to have a speech. If you're going to make a speech, write down what you're going to say and practice it. But I only wrote down a few things that I wanted to talk about, but the rest I'm just winging. And I'm looking over there because we have bees. They want water. They sense that there's water here, even though I put water out by the shed out there for the bees. I snuck away from work and got to sneak back. Okay. Thank you for stopping by. I will definitely keep a lookout for you if you want to. If you want to email us sometimes, it's midlifeprices@gmail.com. And thank you very much, Chad, for stopping by. Where was I? Where was I? Get back. I got to get back to my train of thought. I wanted to practice doing lives a little more often because it would help me. Oh, thank you, Tom. I really appreciate that. I'm trying in my old age not to worry so much about my appearance because I I have always been one that I am so self-conscious. I'm not exactly sure why I turned out that way, but a lot of it has to do with my childhood. My mother was overweight and my dad always would make fun of her, and I think that it was ingrained in my mind that if you're overweight, you will be made fun of. So I I'm not looking to be a supermodel or anything. I just want to fit in my britches, which I've been wearing a lot of yoga pants because if my jeans are tight and I don't want to put them on because I can't breathe in them. What are you doing out there?
Working.
I hear you. Don't listen to me. What are you doing?
I'm just.
It's-
I'm getting the phone actually, so I can video.
Oh, I made him turn his music down because I don't want to get copyright. I don't want to infringe on anyone. Also, I think that my children, both of my children, have inherited the same thing where they worry too much about their appearance, and I feel bad that I've passed that on to them. That because I used to look in the mirror when I was way skinnier and way better looking than I am now, and I would say, "Oh no, I'm fat, I'm ugly." It was so wrong. And I look back now and I'm like, "Why did I do that?" I wish I hadn't done that. And looks are not everything, and looks do fade. So I still like to I want to look good, but I don't want to put so much of an emphasis on it that it doesn't matter if you have like some physical ailment. I mean, I've seen there's people out there that they can't help it and they have horrible handicaps, and I feel so strongly about that now it's important to love everyone no matter what they look like and to be kind to everyone. And there's some mean people out there right now. And I am not a political person. If some of you are wondering, where to Brian and I, we try to be equally friendly and kind to everyone. And no matter what the skin color, no matter what your physical ailment or your handicap or which physical or which political party, blue or red, it doesn't matter. We love everyone. And love is the answer. Brian's probably out there laughing at me. I do write poetry, but I don't know if some of it's pretty dark, so I wouldn't want to read any of it right now, but maybe someday when I don't know. We'll see. I've been in some pretty dark places, and I don't like to revisit it, but there was a journal that I used to have, and this is from when Brian and I first got together, and I read some of it, and I went and threw it in the trash can because it was like shining a light into the darkness, and you realize, wow, I've really come a long way in my struggle with depression and self-pity and victimization. I have come a long way, and I am proud. I'm really proud of my accomplishments but I do still backtrack. It's like I take one step forward and one step back. Perception, uh, oh, I'm sorry, AC Cobra 456. Perception is a personal thing. Why worry what others think? That was precisely my point, and that's kind of how I started out the video. But I still, when I'm doing lives, even though like when Jim and Jessica do lives, they've got like hundreds of people watching them. I can't even imagine what that must be like, because on Midlife Crisis, I think the most we've ever had is like 30 people watching, and I hear something again. Just the fact that there's 5 people listening to me makes me nervous, and it's like that's just like something that has been pounded into our brains that, oh my gosh, what if? What is the fear? Brian is a strong figure for you. Yes, he is very strong. He's very tall and handsome. He's not dark, but actually he is getting pretty dark. He's out in the sun a lot. But Brian has helped me, I think, more than anyone, just because he always told me, you know what, you got to get past this. Thank you, Tom. You're very sweet and kind. Brian always told me, because I would go off in a room and just cry and have these horrible, horrible breakdowns. And I look back now and I still don't really understand why. But I maybe I wanted him to feel sorry for me. And in the past, that's what worked for me. I would get attention by crying. Like when my dad would tell me, like, I remember, I'm using like a lot now. That's another word. I would ask my parents, if can y'all take us to the skating rink? Because we always lived way out in the country, and they'd have to drive us. And if he said no, sometimes I would just go in the bathroom and cry and cry and cry. And every now and then he would change his mind. So he would drive us to the skating rink. But then other times he wouldn't change his mind, and it didn't work. But I did get attention by crying. And but Brian didn't fall for it. He was like, you know what, you got to get over this, whatever it is. You know what, it's in the past. Don't let it bother you anymore. And Sometimes though, it's there and it will try to pull you back down. But someone I was talking to one of my friends and they have been having a lot of problems, and it's like if someone's drowning and you try to help them, but they won't take your hand and you can see that they're drowning, but if you give them your hand and then they pull you down with them, that's then you both drown. So you can't help someone that doesn't want to help themselves. And I've been struggling with that a lot lately. I have a lot of personal issues that I can't put out there for reasons that I can't even talk about. But I don't like to talk like that because I then people are like, "Oh my gosh, what is it?" It's only because it's like family members, and I know that if I talked about them that they would know, and then they would get mad at me, and I would definitely not want that. So that's why I have to be obscure in some of my my words. But I'm I have to think about myself and just worry about my life and my projects, and that's what everyone else has to do too. I don't want to get off on a go down a rabbit hole, which that seems to be I'm really good at that. But Brian's out there hammering away or nail gunning, doing the nail gun. I think you're brave to put yourself out there. Like, yeah, I thank you. Sometimes I think that I've always been, and I've always been one to, like, I tell everyone my life story right off the bat, and Brian was always very private, so it was hard for him to in the beginning. He's 9 years younger than me, so I'm I've lived I've done a whole lot of things in the past that he's never come across, and so he had a hard time dealing with some of my stuff. But he doesn't even like to talk about some of the stupid things I've done. Um, do you ever do StreamYards? I have. We've done that one time on midlife crisis. I would like to do that sometime, and I'll have to get Brian. Well, I don't know when he'll ever have time, but in the future, I will be doing more of. I would love to do a StreamYard where I get another person on. I went onto someone's. Oh, what was her? Oh gosh, I'm so horrible with the channel names. Oh, Franceschi. Her name is Franceschi, and she does karaoke, and she'll have other people come on, and they'll like take turns doing karaoke songs. And Brian and I went on, and we did a few songs on there. It was really fun. I would like to do it again. Brian won't do it on midlife prices though because he's always worried about it'll be demonetized. I told him what the worst thing that can happen is they'll demonetize that one video. It's not like they're not going to disable your whole channel. That's where I met you both. AC Cobra 456. I'm so sorry that if I don't remember your name, but I don't remember your name. I hate to tell people when I don't remember, but there's we come across so many channels and so many people that I I used to be a lot better with names. So this is good exercise for me. If you Okay, so that off grid guy was named Dwayne. I do remember that. And Common Man is Tom. I know that. And Jennifer has a nice, easy name to remember. So I mean, Jennifer, I don't know if you're still there, but I'll have to check it out. do you have a, I think I've checked before and I don't think you have a channel, but I'm gonna have to go, y'all. I'm um I'm getting very, oh, you and Brian sang for us. Oh, I'm here, no videos. Okay. Thanks, Jennifer. Jennifer, I can see your name, so that makes it nice and easy. You and Brian sang for us. I'm trying to remember. It must have been on Franceschi's. Forgive me if I don't. I have a bad memory, and my grandmother had Alzheimer's, and also my uncles, so I'm really, really hoping that doesn't happen to me, but if it does, then I can go back and watch videos. Great live stream. Looking for more. Thank you very much. I'm very hungry now. I need to go eat my lunch. This is a, oh, okay. I do remember you. I can't see because I'm going to put my glasses on to see your picture better. Yes, I do remember. I apologize that I don't I do remember. And it was fun. I need to go back on, but I have so much going on right now. I have had no time, and I I know I probably do have time. I'm just like in the by noon all my energy is gone. So all of my big stuff has to be done before noon. But Brian's going to be coming in for lunch here in a minute, so I was going to say, oh, what was it? I was going to say something. It was about, I thought it was about karaoke, but oh, I haven't done karaoke in a long time, so I would have to. Terry. Oh, yes, I do remember you on that channel. And I believe you sang some songs too, if I remember correctly. I love your accent. And I oh boy, I'm really going blank here because I'm hungry and my brain is not functioning properly right now. So I'm gonna sign off. Oh wait, Red and April are here. I'm not gonna sign off just yet. So sorry, I missed it. Just came inside for lunch. What is for lunch? I have some potatoes in there that I need to finish off, and so here's what I do when I have some things that are on the verge of going bad. I call it clean out the refrigerator soup. So we have a very small fridge over here, which you can see, and it's not very big. I just said that it's small. And I will take everything that I can find in the refrigerator and make soup out of it. So I have some spinach in there, and I'm also going to make some salsa and pico de gallo. So I have a soup, and then of course, I got to have my chips, even if it's only, I'm trying to ration my chips and not eat a big bag. See you. Go eat, Pam. Enjoy. All right, you guys. Thank you, Red and April, for stopping by. I'm going to try to start doing this on a regular basis because I was really nervous. I haven't, it's really weird when you do a live stream because you're having to think up things on the fly. When I do a video, I can go edit it out. Fried eggs and salad. Ooh, yesterday I made a breakfast burrito and I put eggs and cheese and potatoes, and then I cooked the burrito in the skillet and made it all crispy. Oh my gosh, it was really good. I haven't bought eggs in a while, but hugs to you, Tom. All right, guys, I'm gonna sign out. Thank you, Terry and Red and April and Melissa and Taylor and everyone who stopped by. And I appreciate you guys very much. This, just having a YouTube channel, has helped me a lot with my confidence, and I really want to thank each and every one of you. So you guys have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.